Every time you prototype, you hate the prototype and go to the next idea. Here's the thing, when I was like early in my game career, I didn't have ideas that were that good. And then at some point, I just got better at having ideas. And I think that's just practice, right? Like the more that you've tried ideas, the more you see what kinds of things don't really work, for example, right? There's lots of stuff. This is where the pit that people sort of fall into when they want to get into video games is they have all these ideas that sound cool, but that are not actually very cool, right? There's no way someone can tell you how to have a good idea. It certainly seems hard. Like, I think the best you could do, if I were to try to teach that thing, I think the best you could do is like a survey of things that were good ideas and why they were good ideas at the time. But even that doesn't work because it's like playing a game. Like when you read something, it doesn't go into your brain the same way as like when you discover it. So you wouldn't really get the good idea-ness of the good idea unless you put them in a, like you could, this would be an immense amount of work, right? But you could go through like some history of good ideas people have had and implement those in a game somehow so you at least see them consecutively, which would involve implementing a bunch of video games. I don't know. I don't know. But okay, here's the thing. This is the thing that most people right now are culturally unprepared for. All right. If you're going to have good ideas, a core ingredient of that is judgment. All right. You have to have your own discernment about why some ideas are good and why some are bad. And we're in this very like cultural relativist time where nobody wants to offend anybody. And so everything has to be good if you like it, man. Equally good. It's offensive to say everything isn't equally good, and that's just wrong. And you have to, if you're going to be good, a good artist of any kind, you have to get past that. You have to realize that that's a deep cultural lie that's actually incredibly harmful. Yeah, this is the thing. So I am all in favor of encouraging people. I think positive encouragement is good. You know, there's this very, so for example, among programmers in the old days, there was like this super toxic environment and it had good aspects, but ultimately, I don't think it was the most productive way to do that. But like, again, like culturally, we're too stupid. We don't seem to be able to hold a nuanced idea in our head that it's good to make things and it's good to try and make things, but also most of the stuff you make isn't going to be good until you build up a certain level of expertise, which is obvious and everybody's known it for centuries, millennia, but we just don't culturally view it that way. Even though we do, even though we know it's the truth, we pretend like we don't know that, right? We pretend, you know, it's like ripping a really terrible fart at a dinner party if you say that. And then someone will bring about some horrible example like, oh, but most people didn't like our Mutt's urinal thing. And it's because, like, yeah, because that's not, you know, oh, most people don't like this particular thing. And that's widely recognized by art critics. And it's like, yeah, because those art critics are wrong. They're part of this really weird brainwash paradigm. Like,